morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mgomella, 16-year-old year 11 student studying at St. Constantine International School in Arusha. Today I'll be presenting to you my summer citizenship project on the reduction of plastic straw usage in Dar es Salaam. As you are most likely aware, our planet is at a critical tipping point in terms of the environment. And if we do not act now, our actions will further affect future generations to come. Tanzania, like Kenya, has started a plastic bag ban, but I personally do not think this is enough. Like plastic bags, plastic straws cause a vast amount of damage to us and the wildlife. The straws themselves cannot be recycled and each piece could take up to 500 years to decompose. Furthermore, lack of sensitization, particularly in Dar es Salaam, has hindered us from reducing the usage of straws and exploring further alternatives. As part of my project, I reached out to a key number of people and organizations. Firstly, I reached out to WWF Tanzania, an environmental NGO, to find out what is the best way to tackle the situation. I then reached out to 3 restaurant owners who usually use plastic straws to try to convince them to switch to paper alternatives. The feedback that I received from the owners was varied. The first owner, Lucine, the owner of the Slipway Terrace restaurant, stated that she was all for plastics. She was all for paper straws, but at this moment there were no cheaper alternatives. Carlos, owner of Samaki restaurant, had already started implementing paper straws into his business and had enterprising ideas on how I could do that. The final owner, Samantha, had already used paper straws in his restaurant and said they were a large success. Then I thought to myself, how do I step up from here? I contacted the Minister of Natural Resources and Environment, Mgomella, and discussed via email and Instagram for a potential plastic bag ban throughout Tanzania. Unfortunately, I was unable to meet him in person as he had other political affairs. To further continue my sensitization, I reached out to Clouds FM, the largest radio broadcasting service in Tanzania. I spread my word through there and started an Instagram page. It's called Environmentality. If you have your phones now, you can follow it. The next step there was to do some physical work. I planned, and through the help of a new partnership, spread word about the beach cleanup. In my opinion, the beach cleanup was a success. We went to Cocoa Beach, a local public beach, and spent up to 3 hours cleaning it. Had a turnout of around 15 people who had heard about it from different sources. In the end, we had 30 bags full of a wide range of plastics, ranging from straws, popsicle, wrappers, and bottles, and even syringes, which could have caused potential infection. Moving on, I think I should then work again with the Minister of Tourism and Environment, Hamisi, to fully implement a plastic straw ban. I should also use enterprise to begin spreading word about the straws, for example, branded paper straws or branded metal straws. I'm currently working on further sensitization through a newspaper article and reaching out to separate NGOs. So let's say special thanks to my parents for economical support, for my siblings and my grandmother for support for my project, for all of my newly formed partnerships who played an important role in my project, to all that participated in the beach cleanup, and finally the Beacon Trust for granting me this opportunity. Thank you for listening.